Bulldogs win the region.
Here's a ball hit deep to left field. Back to the wall. It is gone. Listen to this crowd.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app and Facebook Live. And now, let's head down to the field for today's action.
Welcome in to Cedartown High School baseball here on the Big AA 106.1 FM and AM 1340. It's game 2 of 3 this weekend at Lake Point Sporting Community, field number 11, as the Cedartown Bulldogs are taking on the East Paulding Raiders. A whole bunch of Raiders for this weekend. And Sam Branch joins us. The Bulldogs looking for a bounce-back game after a tough loss last night, to North Forsyth. And another Raiders team coming to call here.
Yes, Andrew. And last night, of course, the Bulldogs had to battle the harsh weather conditions, the monsoon, as you guys referred to it as, I believe, of last night. Today, of course, some rain this morning, but it was light rain, and it's misted here kind of throughout the last few hours since we've been here. The game directly before us ran a little bit late, so we've been able to get settled here. And like I said, misting a little bit, but now it's starting to kind of taper off, it looks like. So hopefully we won't have to deal with that. But Bulldogs looking to bounce back, like you said. Of course, Cedartown has been perfect up until last night. They picked up big wins against Calhoun, big win against Darlington, and then a close win, or a closer win, I should say, there at home earlier this week. But the Bulldogs looking to pick up a win against East Paulding. They will take on Walton after this game is over. That original start time was scheduled for around 5:30, but of course that's going to be pushed back quite a bit. The Bulldogs out on the field right now going through the warm-up. Eli Barrow fires down to second base, and it looks like we're going to get ready to go. Britt Baxter will get the start for the Bulldogs today. Cedartown in their all-black uniforms, trimmed in red with red lettering, red numbers, and that is trimmed in white. Of course, Baxter has been a pivotal part of this starting rotation for the Dogs. And we're set to go. First pitch on the way from Baxter. A little bit upstairs, ball 1. Baxter gets set. Second pitch on the way, and that one is hit to left center, and the center fielder will come in and make the grab, and that is out number 1. So 2 pitches and 1 out. It retired the first batter of the afternoon for this East Paulding team, which was, looks like Pedro Rodriguez.
Reese Tanner, by the way, playing center field. Ace Allen in left and Tony Ware in right field. Get to the infield defense here in just a moment.
Baylor Thomason up to bat for the Raiders. First pitch on the way from Britt is in there for a called strike 1.
That curveball there, Sam, and just a beauty there from the Bulldog hurler, the senior. 1 out here in the top of the first.
Britt looks in, gets the call from Eli. Pitch on the way, and that one is taken just outside, it looks like, for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, Britt is on the mound for the Dogs. Eli Barrow behind the plate. You've got Xavier Holiday at third base. And then you've got Dylan Cupp at short, Denver Nell at second, and it looks like Ace Allen over at first base. Or no.
That's Cole Dingler.
Correction, Cole Dingler, excuse me. That pitch was just outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch on the way from Baxter, and that one is hit to the left side. The left fielder will turn. He's going to have to retreat back towards the wall, and they'll make the grab right in front of the wall. So 2 long, hard-hit balls, but both of them resulting in outs, and quickly we have 2 outs here in the top half of the first.
That'll bring up the catcher, Sam Peterson. Both Pedro Rodriguez and Baylor Thomason retired to start out. Stephen French, Brady Cole, Hunter Shiver, Tyler Williams, Jonah Pace, and Cody Faulkner, the batters. Batting lineup for the East Paulding Raiders.
First pitch on the way from Baxter. That curveball just hung upstairs a little bit, ball 1. Of course, we are here at Lake Point Station in Emerson, Georgia. just up the road a little ways. Second pitch on the way from Baxter, and that one is fouled off to the right side. Will it stay in play? No, it's just beyond the netting there and off the top of the Bulldogs dugout.
Hit off the top of the Bulldogs dugout, then hit off the top of the third base dugout on the next field over. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. This is Sam's first trip to Lake Point Sporting Community.
It is. I'm impressed. I told you on the way in that I've never been in a press box this nice. I'm not sure how they allowed me up here. I think it's because they didn't check my credentials.
What credentials?
Exactly. Pitch on the way from Baxter, and that one again is fouled off to the right side. This one is actually going to reach the field kind of back behind us off the first base side.
You know, Britt Baxter does, his curveball is his number 1 pitch, but he'll come back with that fastball, and it'll keep those batters off stride a bit, and he's done that well here in the first inning against the first 3 he's faced.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 out. Top of the first inning. Pitch on the way from Baxter, and that one is a swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Raiders are retired in order. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Your score 0-0 from Lake Point. You're listening to Cedartown High School baseball here on the Cedartown Bulldog Network, the Big AA.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Livewire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big Delay.
Welcome back here. It's the bottom half of the first. East Paulding win in order in the top of the inning. And Cedartown will bring their batting lineup to the plate, starting with Dylan Cup, the shortstop. Den Vernell hitting second at second base. The center fielder, Reese Tanner, back in the lineup today, hitting third. Eli Barrow, the catcher, in cleanup. Cole Dingler, the first baseman, hitting fifth. Hitting sixth, Tony Ware. Xavier Holiday at third base, hitting seventh. Britt Baxter hitting for himself as pitcher. And the 8-hole, and Ace Allen, the left fielder, batting ninth. On the mound for the East Paulding Raiders is Tyler Williams completing his warm-up tosses. Behind the plate, Sam Peterson, and at third base, it's Baylor Thomason. At short, Pedro Rodriguez, and at second base is Hunter Shiver, and at first base is Jonah Pace. In the outfield, from left to right, you've got Cody Faulkner, Stephen French, and finally, Brady Cole. And we're ready to go here in the bottom half of the first, and to tell you about it, Mr. Sam Branch.
Thank you, Andrew. East Paulding in all gray uniforms with black letters, black numbers trimmed in white.
Very similar to the Yankees.
Yankees, yep. Kind of gives you that Yankee feel. Williams will get set, and Dylan Cup will be the first batter for this bottom of the first inning. That first pitch is upstairs, called ball one.
Dylan Cup and Ace Allen are really the only two batters that were able to get anything going against North Forsyth yesterday.
Pitch on the way from Williams, and that is hit to the right side. Will it get fair? No, it's going to be foul. And over into the bullpen down the first base side. So 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a long strike right there.
Able to extend that out. He's done a good job this year of hitting the opposite field. Had a couple of opposite field shots against North Atlanta earlier in the week.
Cup gets set. Pitch on the way from Williams. And that one is low, ball 2. Two balls.
Sorry, Sam.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say just another misty day. It's not raining like it was, but just misty and foggy.
Pitch on the way. That one's taken outside. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike against Cup. Williams having little difficulty finding the strike zone here early on, but he also knows that Cup is a dangerous hitter, so he doesn't want to serve him up anything on a silver platter to get things going for the Bulldogs. Of course, that's exactly what Cedartown would love. Pitch on the way, and that one is taken for a called strike 2, just caught the inside corner there.
Something off speed there, 76 miles per hour on the gun to fill the count up.
Full count, payoff pitch on the way from Williams. And that one is taken up and in for ball 4. So Dylan Cup down to first base, draws a leadoff walk, and that will bring up for the Bulldogs number 2, Denver Nail.
Denver Nail.
Number 11, actually, excuse me, Denver Nail.
Denver Nail, by the way, has been a great defender, has had a good bat in the first couple of games, as we mentioned, kind of an outlier yesterday in the game against North Forsyth. I think weather conditions had a part to play really for both sides. Dylan Cup always a threat to steal.
Yep, and he did kind of make that move, so the throw over to first base, but Cup is back safely. And he's going to go ahead and quickly get back out and take his lead at first base. Pitcher looks over. Now Williams will come set, and he'll throw back over, and once again, Cup is in safely.
Pretty good pickoff move there by the pitcher, Williams. Dylan Cup, fearless.
Again, a throw over. Cup not wasting any time whatsoever, taking his lead from first, really trying to mess with Williams a little bit. A long look over to first base. Now Williams will come set. And pitch on the way to Denver shows bunt down the third base side, and it's going to be clean. Cup will be at second, and Denver Nail thrown out at first, but the sacrifice moves a base runner into scoring position for the Bulldogs.
Sam, Denver has done that a couple of times this year. He actually had a base hit bunt, infield hit against North Atlanta, one of the prettiest bunch you'll see. Good to see Reese Tanner back. He didn't play yesterday. Jack Roper got the start in center field. And this is a bat that has started to heat up a little bit.
So Tanner will come to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. Dylan Cup stands at second base. Williams looks Cup back at second. Now comes home, pitch on the way, and that's a swing and a miss by Tanner for strike 1. You guys talked about it, I know on Monday, you and Jamie did, but about just the Bulldogs and Coach Gavin Johnson not afraid to play small ball and manufacture runs 1 base at a time. And that's what we're seeing here, and hopefully we can build on that as Reese takes one outside for ball 1. Count evens up now, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out.
It's a rare thing to see in today's game, an appreciation of the small ball. And Coach Gavin Johnson
Everybody
likes
wants
to do it.
Swing for the fences, aim for the nickel seats. Coach Johnson more worried about winning ball games, though. 1-1 the count, pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Tanner. Looks like that was something a little off speed as well, showing 75 on the radar. So that will take the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tanner gets set. Williams will look back to second base. And the pitch on the way, and that one is hit right back to the pitcher's mound. It hits his glove. He doesn't see it, drops to the ground, but he's able to recover and throw on to first in time for the out. But it does move the runner over, and so Dylan Cup will now stand at third base. And that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs, number 12, Eli Barrow. Of course, Barrow had a big home run on Monday. And we'd love to see another one here to put the Dogs up 2-0. Of course, we'd be happy with just a solid base hit to get us that 1.
Sam, I got to go back to that comebacker, the hit there by Reese. Reese hit it hard. It actually, it might have actually hit the glove of the pitcher, and then he went down. He didn't actually know it. It was there for about a second and a half, and he almost beat it out at first base.
Well, another half second, and I think you've got Reese standing at first.
Yeah,
honestly. Pitch on the way from Williams to Barrow. Big cut, swing and a miss, strike 1.
First pitch to Barrow, throws a 75-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch, and hoping umpire, I think, checking on checking on the pitcher, making sure he's okay. Seems to be just fine. 0-1 the count.
Pitch on the way from Williams. Eli held up there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 2 out. Williams working a little quickly now, but throws over to third base, but Cup is back in time. That was a close play there, but Dillon able to get under the tag. Williams showing he's not afraid to throw at him either over on the third base side. Of course, he chased him back several times on the other end of the field. That pitch is well outside. Ball 2. Williams comes set, pitch on the way. And that one is hit down the third base side, and it's past the third baseman. 1 run will score. Dillon Cup comes home. Eli rounds first on his way to second, and he's going to be in there with a double. An RBI double by Eli Barrow puts the Bulldogs up 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning against the East Paulding Raiders.
That ball was scorched down the third base line, and Eli Barrow doing what he does. He rounded first. He kind of overslid the bag at second base. Thankfully, it wasn't a close play.
Not at all.
But on that turf, it definitely doesn't slide like regular dirt does.
No, it doesn't. And
especially with it being wet.
Exactly. I was about to say, especially with it being wet, that's just another factor that you have to consider.
Well, it's the opposite effect. When mud gets wet, it will slide a little bit more, but it could also kind of bog you down some. But out here, it's nothing but slicker.
So Eli Barrow will stand at second base. Now they've got a pinch runner for him. Is that going to be Jack Roper?
I believe it is.
I believe it is, and
yeah,
that's
24.
That's going to bring up Cole Dingler, the first baseman for the Bulldogs. We'll see if we can't add to this 1-0 lead. Williams looks back at the runner at second. Comes set, and the pitch home, and it is low and away, ball 1. Cup reached on that leadoff walk. And then was able to come around and score. Pitch on the way, and that one's hit to the left side. That's going to be down. Roper to third. They're going to wave him home. The throw in. Will there be a play at the plate? Yes, and he is safe. Jack Roper able to get home safely under the tag, and it's 2-0 Bulldogs.
That was a very close play. Great play at third base on the cutoff to throw home, and he threw a bullet there. A little bit high. Had it not been as high, might have had him at home plate. But I like the call though. Sending home Jack Roper, one of the faster guys on the team, and another double, and it's a 2-0 lead for Cedartown here in the first inning. After last night, it sure is good to see Cedartown's bats coming to life.
So Cole Dingler now stands at second base. Tony Ware is set to bat next, but it looks like they're going to talk about something at home plate between Coach Johnson and the umpire.
I wonder if the home plate umpire didn't make note of the
pinch runner.
Yeah, it could have been that.
It's possible.
Now Xavier Holiday is going to bat out of order.
Actually, that's right. On the lineup card, it shows Dingler, Holiday, then Ware.
Yeah, and on the game changer, it's reversed.
Yep, it's reversed. So it'll be Xavier Holiday. He'll come to the plate with 1 on and 2 outs, and a 2-0 lead for your Cedartown Bulldogs. First pitch on the way from Williams, and that one is taken low, ball 1.
Didn't miss by much. A fastball there. That was 83.
Williams looks in. Comes set and pitch on the way to Holiday. That one is,
got the outside call.
Yes, he did.
1-1 the count. That was.
I was ready to say that one's outside for ball 1. Or ball 2, I should say, but he gets the call.
That was a call Greg Maddox would have liked.
Williams gets set, looks at the runner on second. And now he'll come home, pitch on the way, and swing and a miss by Holiday. Strike 2. 1-2 the count now on Holiday. Williams running into some first inning trouble. You also have to consider that he's thrown the ball quite a bit more than Britt Baxter had to in his first inning. That one is fouled at the plate and back, so Holiday will stay alive.
Cedartown will have a tough test tonight against Walton. Walton won. They defeated the team that we lost to yesterday, 9-2.
Yeah.
North Forsyth, and they're going to be our nightcap.
That one is taken low for ball 2.
Well, I tell you what, not according to the shot I saw there. It was pretty close, but he'll take it.
2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second, 2 out. The Dogs with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Pitch on the way. He swung and he missed, but he dropped it, and the throw down to first is not in time. Holiday is safe. So Xavier, on the dropped strike 3 call, is able to get down to first safely, and Denver Nell now stands at third base, and now it will bring up number 13, Tony Ware.
Sam, that breaking ball there swung and missed. It was away from the catcher, and with Xavier Holiday's speed, he was able to break down the line and got there at the same time the ball did. So the inning will continue, and Tony Ware, a great hitter himself, will get a chance with the runners on the corners. 2 runs already in for Cedartown on 2 hits.
Catcher will signal some adjustments to his infield. Williams will look the runner back at first. And now he comes set. Pitch on the way to Ware. Called strike 1. Ware back in the box quickly. Again, Williams will look over to first base. And now he'll throw over, and Holiday is back safely, fairly easily. Williams back on the bump, now looks back over at first again. And he'll throw back over again, and Holiday back safely, no problem. Xavier really not taking a big lead at first base.
I think the pitcher, Williams, just kind of thought, hey, this is a fast runner. He beat out the strikeout. He might be a threat to run, or at least a threat to move over to third if it's hit to the outfield.
Pitch on the way, and he gets the outside corner call there, strike 2. So Ware
69 on the cheese right there.
On a 0-2 count now with 2 outs and runners on the corner. Williams comes set. Pitch on the way, and that one is popped straight back.
Probably going to hit our roof.
Yep. There it is.
She sprung another leak.
So Tony stays alive. And he'll dig in. Williams the glance back to first. And the throw back over to first. And Holiday is, of course, back safely.
Much closer play that time, though.
And again, throws back over, and he's back safely.
Even closer. He's probably thrown over to first base.
Well,
8 or 9 times in this inning.
Because he threw over to Dylan, 3 or 4, and now he's thrown over to Xavier probably that many as well. He'll get set and pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but the Bulldogs are able to push 2 across. It's 2-0. We'll go to the top of the second inning. Bulldogs lead here at Lake Point Station. You're listening to Cedartown High School Baseball on the home of the Bulldogs, the Big AA.
Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com. Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, Go Dogs!
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
A misty afternoon, Saturday afternoon here at Emerson, Lake Point in Bartow County, just off of I-75. A place that many of these guys have played on countless times, not just on the high school diamond, but travel ball teams. During the summer, they'll take a day like this over a hot and humid summer day anytime. Brett Baxter continuing his warm-up tosses in the top of the second. Dogs with 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. No runs, no hits, no errors for the East Paulding Raiders. And East Paulding will bring their 4, 5, and 6 batters up, French, Colin, Shiver. And a good I would call efficient first inning.
Absolutely. Very efficient first inning there for Britt, and hopefully that will continue here in the second inning. Of course, Williams for East Paulding did not have an efficient first inning. As
he did not.
The Dogs were able to, as you mentioned, get 2 hits and score 2 runs on those 2 hits. He also walked a batter in Dylan Cup, but now we'll go back on defense.
You'll face
Stephen French will be up first for the Raiders. First pitch on the way from Britt, swing and a miss for strike 1.
A very tall and I won't say lanky, that's not a good term, but he's a big kid.
Pitch on the way from Baxter. That's hit to the third base side. Holiday will scoop up and fire on to first for out number 1. So Baxter so far with the first batter here in this second inning, continuing his efficiency. It'll bring up for East Paulding, Brady Cole. Number 14 for the Raiders. Cole, the right fielder. And he'll dig in as Baxter gets ready to go to work. First pitch on the way from Britt. Ball 1. That one just missed. Clocked in right at 75. Baxter quickly set and pitch on the way. That misses as well. Ball 2.
And that one bounced up there. By the way, if you're watching on Facebook, I'm sure you've read the comment that Randall Brazier said, first to 2-0.
Foul back for strike 1.
But for those watching on another platform, I'll tell you, the Atlanta Braves had their first spring training game today against the Red Sox down at their spring training facility, Cool Today Park in Northport. First 2-1.
Now it's taken outside, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Just barely missed. The game actually ended in a tie, 6-6. The batter, Conley, was called out. 3-2 count. First 3-1.
First pitch on the way, or the pitch on the way from Baxter's in there for a called strike 2. Full count now.
And he was called out on a strike 3 because he violated the clock. Not so much the pitch clock, but the batter clock. New rules we're going to have to contend with this season.
Payoff pitch on the way here from Baxter is taken upstairs, ball 4. So East Paulding with their first base runner of the ball game.
I say we, that's the Braves, not Cedartown. There's no
Thank
pitch
goodness.
Clock rule or anything like that. There is a pitch count rule that was put into effect 4 or 5 years ago that kind of changed the way high school baseball is. And I applaud GHSA for doing that, but if you're going to do that rule with the pitch count rule, it's got to be implemented across all levels of baseball at the prep level. That includes travel ball, that includes Little League, whatever.
First pitch on the way from Baxter's taken upstairs, ball one, and you're absolutely right, Andrew. I agree with you completely. You want those rules to be consistent.
Because kids are blowing their arms out at 15 and 16.
And the point of the rule is to prevent that from happening. And so that should be the way that the rule is across all levels. That way you're preventing that and keeping those kids safe, even at the youngest ages and lowest levels, as Britt fires in there for a called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The batter is number 35, Hunter Shiver, second baseman for East Paulding. Pitch on the way from Baxter. The runner goes. Throw down to second base is way over the head there, and it goes all the way into center field, but the runner will hold at second.
I think the ball just slipped out of Eli's hand.
Yeah, because it just sailed on him.
He usually is, the pitch was a strike, by the way. He's usually very accurate in throwing to second base, but I think that time his hand might have been a bit wet or the ball was wet, and he just got away from it.
So East Paulding now with the runner at second and 1 out, and Eli will call time and go out and speak with Britt real quick just to make sure everything's still on the same page. Dylan Cupp will come in as well for the meeting on the mound. We were talking on the way up here about not only that pitch clock, but also the implementation of a AI robot umpire, home plate umpire in some levels of minor league baseball being put into play this year. There were some, I believe it was used even some last year, if I'm not mistaken, but it's being used even more this year. And we'll see if that makes its way up to the big leagues in the years to come. 1-2 pitch on the way from Baxter. Outside, ball 2.
I do have to make a correction, too. Most levels of travel ball do have the pitch count, but you do have other levels that may not have that, too.
2-2 pitch on the way from Baxter is fouled off to the right side.
So my apologies for the false information there, or the not fact-check information. Simple thing is that you do see that happen a lot, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, they are trying to do some things to correct that.
A long look in by Baxter. Now he's ready to go. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's taken upstairs, ball 3. So another full count for Britt Baxter.
He's gone full on a couple of batters here.
Back-to-back here in the second. Baxter comes set. Pitch on the way, runner goes to third, and that one is hit out to center field, and Tanner is there to make the play. They're going to have a play back at second base as the runner goes back, and he gets there just out of the reach of Denver Nell, who fielded that throw in from center field.
And man, it's good to have Reese Tanner back out there in center field. He's so good at just going from side to side and patrolling that, able to get to it, and made it a very close play at second. I thought Denver Nell might have got a piece of the glove on him as he was going by. But either way, it's 2 outs.
That's going to bring up number 19 for East Paulding, and that's Williams. So Tyler Williams will dig in, and he takes a...
I believe it was a little bit high.
It just missed, though. Ball 1.
Curveball there from Baxter.
Brett looks in, gets his sign. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled off to the right side.
Goes from that big slow curve to a fastball with movement.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner on second. Cedartown enjoying a 2-0 lead here in the top half of the second inning. Baxter looking to get out of this inning unscathed. Throw over to second base, and the runner is back in time. Brett steps off. Now he's back on the rubber. look into Barrow. Pitch on the way. And that curve is a ball, and the throw down to third. Oh, they called him safe. And you can hear the fans' reaction there, and I have to agree with
Coach
Andrew.
Johnson wants an appeal.
Yeah, that was.
Count is ball 2, 2-1 the count. But he looked out to me.
Yep. Very out.
They won't even discuss it.
So 2 balls, 1 strike to count. The runner stands at third. 2 outs in the inning. Baxter gets set. Pitch on the way. Fouled straight back.
Just got a piece.
I mean, barely. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 Williams.
Britt has 1 strikeout already and 1 walk.
Baxter comes set. 2-2 pitch on the way. Just missed. Ball 3.
He's missing high and away, and like I said, I'd rather him miss high and away than high and inside.
High and inside,
Yeah.
absolutely. We'll take that any day. So another full count. Payoff pitch on the way. And that one is hit to the right side. And an easy out number 3. East Paulding's able to get a runner on, but they won't get him across. It's 2-0. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Bulldogs lead here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course. Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom half of the second. Cedartown a 2-0 lead. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 0-0-0 on the scoreboard for East Paulding. They did have the base runner get over to third base, but he was left stranded 90 feet away after a very close call, controversial call at third base of safe after the runner tried to move over. A good throw from Eli Barrow, and I'd say most of the people here, even some opposing fans, might have thought that was an out call. And
Kelly O'Neill took a survey downstairs, and he said that he got 100% that he was out. Survey says.
Survey says the Dogs are back out there. Britt Baxter will lead things off here in the inning, followed by Ace Allen and Dylan Cutt. 8, 9, and 1 in the batting lineup. And back to the hill is their pitcher, Williams. Williams, 17 strikes out of 27 pitches. And here we go.
First pitch on the way from Williams, and he gets that one as a called strike one. He's getting that outside corner call, but his is not high where Britt is missing high and away. Williams getting that outside corner call. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to center field. The right fielder will come in, though, and he's able to make that grab in right center for out number 1.
Hit it off the end of the bat, and it started to kind of slice away from center field, but it was kind of shallow. And the right fielder, Cole, right there to make a a catch in front of the center fielder French. And now Ace Allen. Ace Allen, as Kelly and I have kind of joked around, is Coach Johnson's ace in a hole.
There you go. The left fielder for the Bulldogs takes outside ball 1. 0-0.
Only a freshman, Sam, but he's got so much maturity at the plate. He's able to, he takes pitches, he works the counts full, just like Dylan Cupp, who's on deck.
Pitch on the way from Williams, and that one catches the outside corner for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way from Williams, and that one's hit to the right side, but foul. Did a little pruning on one of their trees as it went by.
It also almost pruned a guy walking down that sidewalk down there.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on. Pitch on the way to Allen, and that is a ball.
Just missed just off the outside corner.
Count goes to 2-2. Williams gets set, and pitch on the way. And that one is hit to the second baseman, who will fire on to first for out number 2. We'll go back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs. It'll bring up Dylan Cupp. Cupp walked in his first plate appearance. You know that young man would like to get a hit, but he is also an extremely patient hitter. Gets a lot of walks.
A walk is almost as good as a hit for him
It is, absolutely.
because of his prowess on the base pads.
Williams catches that outside corner, strike 1. Cup digs in. Pitch on the way from Williams, and that one is hit to the right side. That's going to get down, and Dylan Cupp will have a single. Comes with 2 outs and nobody on.
Dylan consistently hitting to the opposite field every time he's up there. His last couple of base hits he's had has hit it to right field.
That's going to bring up Denver Nail.
And that has to be something that the scouts love to see.
Absolutely.
Because he's not trying to pull the ball every time he's up there. He's able to work to all fields.
So Denver will come to the plate with 1 on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Throw over to first, and Dylan is back in time. Williams just refusing to allow any Bulldog runner to get a big lead at first. He'll come set, and he'll throw back over again, and Dylan once again is back safely.
By the way, congrats to the Lady Dogs soccer team. 3-0 win over Heritage of Conyers. They won 3-0 this morning in the showcase at Barron Stadium. The boys team will play tonight against Calhoun.
And that will get underway around 7 p.m. Pitch on the way, runner goes. Throw down to second base, the slide, and Cupp is there safely.
Not even close.
Not even close. It short hopped and went past the shortstop covering, but the second baseman was there to corral the loose ball. But Cupp stands safely at second base with 2 outs.
Pitch was a strike, and it's 0-1 now to Denver Nail.
Williams will look into his catcher. Now he'll look back to second. And pitch on the way. That's low. Ball 1.
Took something off that pitch. Only 71 miles per hour. He can pitch in the low 80s. We've seen him do that. That's being Williams. That time he threw one about 10 miles per hour off of his top speed.
1 ball, 1 strike. Williams will look back to second base. And they call time. And time is granted.
Fortunate, because that would have been a strike 2.
Cupp again will take his lead at second base as Nail digs in at the plate. Williams will look in. Now he'll look back to second, and they'll throw back, and Cupp is there safely. Williams now back on the bump.
And once again, time called. This would not happen in the major leagues.
No, it would not. It will not. The look back to second again by Williams. Pitch on the way and a chopper, but it is foul down the third base side.
And I'm not saying that's a good thing either.
No.
To me, that's part of the game. It's,
It is.
If you want to hear my opinion on it, I'll say that calling time is, you're just trying to psych out the pitcher, out the
trying to
batter.
disrupt the rhythm a little bit.
That's a mental aspect of the game that's being lost with this new rule at the highest level of baseball.
And
but they didn't ask me.
Well, and to me, this real sad part of that is that it's in so much of a way to change the game because, unfortunately, people our generation are losing. They're losing interest in the game, Andrew, and it's sad because it's America's pastime. But a called strike 3 will end the inning for the Bulldogs. We'll go to the top of the third. Cedartown leads 2-0. You're listening to Cedartown High School baseball here on the Big AA.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Britt Baxter back on the hill for Cedartown as we head to the top half of the third inning. Sam Branch, Andrew Carter here with you from Lake Point, field number 11 in Emerson, Georgia. And the throw to second base ready to go here in the inning. It'll be for the East Paulding Raiders, the first baseman Pace, then Faulkner, the left fielder, and back to the top of the order, the shortstop Rodriguez. 2-3-0 for Cedartown. Still no hits for East Paulding.
Pace will dig in. Baxter looks in, and we're ready to go. First pitch on the way from Britt. A chopper foul, strike 1. Baxter once again looking in. Pitch on the way, and that one just misses. Ball 1.
Must have been high. It had the plate, it looked like, from our vantage point.
Baxter gets set, pitch on the way, and that one does catch the outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Of course, the Dogs here against East Paulding now will follow this game up with a game against Walton, and then the Bulldogs will take on the Rockmart Yellow Jackets at home on March the 1st. That one misses in the dirt, or in the turf, I guess you could say. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So we will face the Yellow Jackets at home on March the 1st on the 3rd. Bulldogs will travel to Lindale to take on the Pepperell Dragons, and then on March the 4th.
I think that's home, isn't it?
It is. Oh, excuse me. It is at home. And that pitch hits the batter, so he'll jog down to first base.
Britt
and that's going to bring up Faulkner.
Yeah, sorry about that. Britt a little bit annoyed with himself there on that hit batsman. Kind of snaps the ball back toward him. Last year we played Pepperell at State Mutual Stadium. It was State Mutual Stadium then, now Advent Health Stadium. But we lost that game, and Britt did pitch in that game, but he was pitching in relief of Reese Tanner.
Faulkner will come to the plate with a runner on at first and nobody out. Pitch on the way from Baxter, and that one is taken high and away for ball one.
Hoping we might see Reese pitch today. He might start the
Game
third
two.
game.
Or game 3 of the whole weekend, I guess you could say. Game 2 for today. Pitch on the way from Baxter, and that's in there for called strike one. After the Bulldogs play Pepperell, then we will go to Rockmart to take on the Yellow Jackets. So two games against Rockmart in the same week.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday games.
Pitch on the way from Baxter is a called strike 2. I don't think Faulkner liked that call very much.
Yeah, that was the breaking ball there.
So that takes the count to 1-2. Throw over to first, and the runner is back safely.
It's a good throw. Good throw there from Baxter. Pretty close play at first, but the runner makes it back.
Brett will check the runner. Now pitch on the way, and that one is taken low for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brett looks in. Eli gives him the sign. And they're ready to go. Pitch on the way. That breaking ball.
He went.
It was upstairs, but the batter went around, and that's a strikeout for Britt Baxter. So now we'll go back to the top of the order, and it's Rodriguez, the shortstop, for East Paulding.
He flew out to center field his last time.
Baxter checks the runner at first, and they'll throw over to first, and he is back safely. Rodriguez in, ready to go. Pitch on the way from Baxter. That one misses outside and low. Ball one. Eli looks over to the dugout and gets the sign. Now he relays it to Britt. Pitch on the way, and that one again misses outside. Ball two. We said at the top of the broadcast, Andrew, that this was my first trip here, and if you've never been here before, this is a first-class facility. They've got a total of, I believe you said, 16 fields, somewhere around there, and a really nice big press box with concession stands and restrooms right underneath it that looks at 4 separate fields. Of course, these are turf fields.
And not only baseball fields, they got soccer fields here. They've got indoor volleyball and basketball facility, plus the beach volleyball.
Yep.
And
they were playing some beach volleyball when we arrived here this afternoon. Pitch on the way from Baxter, and he does catch the outside corner on that pitch, and so it's 2 balls and 1 strike now.
They used to have zip lining here. I don't know if they still do or not, but that was one of the original things they had. There was plans to expand this facility across the other side, but that hasn't been done yet.
That one is hit out to center field. Reese Tanner will retreat. Now he'll settle underneath it for out number 2.
Pretty deep center, too. He was pretty close to the warning track. But he does get the out. Just got underneath that one, did Rodriguez. And that'll bring up Thomason. Thomason struck out looking his last time.
2 out, runner on first. Bulldogs still with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd inning. Pitch on the way from Baxter. And that one taking low, ball 1. Baxter checks the runner. Now pitch on the way, and that one is upstairs. Runner goes down to second to throw down, and he is out.
Yes, sir.
Eli Barrow fires a strike down to second base to throw the runner out, and that'll get us out of the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Bulldogs lead 2-0. You're listening to CHS Baseball on the home of the Bulldogs, the Big AA.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for that dream home, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help you find the home you've been looking for. The Hometown Realty team has a reputation for matching people with properties, knowledge of the market, and love of the areas where they work and live. Whether residential, commercial, or land real estate, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help make it happen. Call Rick today at Hometown Realty at 770-505-7766 or directly at 770-547-3139. Find your next home on the web at rickbaxter.net. The winning team at Hometown Realty says, go Dogs.
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Home half of the third inning, bottom half that is, coming up. Cedartown leads 2-0. And leading off for the Dogs will be Reese Tanner, I believe.
You are correct.
Reese Tanner, followed by Eli Barrow and Cole Dingler.
Williams still on the mound for East Paulding, and his first pitch to Tanner is taken low, ball 1. Cedartown with 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors so far. East Paulding, no runs, no hits, no errors. Pitch on the way to Tanner, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Reese on his last at bat struck out swinging on a 1-2 pitch. That scared
night. Sounded like a lightning strike on the top of the.
I take that back. I think that ball that hit the roof kind of threw some sense into me. He is 0 for 1, but he grounded out to the pitcher Williams. So he's still 0 for 1 though. Let me put the heart back in my chest.
I'm telling you. And that one is hit to the right side. The second baseman boots it. It's off the heel of his glove there, and Reese Tanner will be at first base.
Probably going to be an E4 on that if he feels that cleanly.
Yeah, if he feels that cleanly, that's an easy out there at first base, and they will. Looks like they will charge it as an error to the second baseman. So Tanner will stand at first base.
And you can't blame a funny hop thanks to something on the field because there's no difference. It may look like there's dirt out there, but
it's
the
not.
turf is all turf. It's just a different color turf.
Yep. So that'll bring up Eli Barrow. Barrow reached on his last at bat. It was a RBI double, if memory serves me correctly, down the third base side. So Eli looking to do some more damage. Takes that first pitch high and tight, ball 1.
Eli Barrow has the only home run for Cedartown this year. Throw down to first base, and Reese is back safely. That was an opposite field shot against North Atlanta that just got over the right field fence. Another throw down to first.
I tell you, Williams is not afraid to throw over whatsoever. He's thrown at Dylan Cupp, Xavier Holiday, and now Reese Tanner. Williams will come home this time, swinging a miss by Eli Barrow for strike 1. Took a little bit off of that one, coming in at 69.
You wouldn't even get pulled over for that on
No, you would not.
On Romar Highway.
And to throw back over to first again, and he is back safely. Again, a throw over. Back safely. Reese was only about 2.5 steps off of first on that last throw over. He'll take his regular lead now as Williams looks over. Again, and we've got time called by Eli Barrow. Barrow will step out. Good crowd here this afternoon, Andrew, of Cedartown folks making the short trip up. Cheer on these Bulldogs. Williams comes set. Looks like we're ready to go to work here. Long look in. Long look in. Pitch on the way finally, and that one is again high and tight. Ball 2. Williams, I really think he's trying to mess with the rhythm a little bit here.
Eli is pretty much impervious to that, I think.
Oh, I agree. Look over to first. Now he'll come set and pitch on the way. And that one is fouled off. Strike 2.
By the way, the Raiders logo is basically the same as the Las Vegas Raiders. Still strange to say Las Vegas. It really is. But it's the same type of logo.
Eli calls time and will step out. Now he steps back in, ready to go. Pitch on the way from Williams, and that one is taken outside. Ball 3. So Eli has worked full count here with a runner on and nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Bulldogs still with a 2-0 lead. Williams looking over again at first. Now he'll come set. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled back.
Great battle going on here between Barrow and Williams.
And really a great battle considering the fact that Williams is throwing over to first. He's mixing up his time between delivery of pitches. Eli just not letting any of that affect him whatsoever. And standing in strong against this East Paulding team, looking to add some more offense for the Bulldogs here. Williams checks runner at first. And now the pitch. Called strike 3, and Eli did not like the call.
It was right down the middle, though. Right down the middle. Right down Joe Frank Harris Parkway.
That's out number 1 for the Dogs.
Here's Cole Dingler. Dingler hit a single his last time, which drove home Jack Roper, who was running for the catcher, Barrow, and that's throw down to first base, and once again, Reese back safely.
Williams again looking over to first. Now he comes set, pitch on the way to Dingler. And he tried to check his swing, he's not able to. Strike 1. Dingler back in the box now. And he's set, ready to go. Throw over to first. Back safely once again is Reese Tanner.
That might have been the worst throw he's thrown. It was a high one that time. And anytime you see a pitcher throw that much, sooner or later he's going to make a mistake.
Yes, he is. You are exactly right. Pitch on the way to Dingler is taken outside, ball 1. Xavier Holiday on deck for the Bulldogs. Williams comes set. Pitch on the way, and that one is low and inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on the Bulldogs' first baseman. Dingler back in the box, ready to go. Williams. Pitch on the way. And that one is hit to the left side, and that one's going to get down. Reese will round second. He's on his way to third. He'll be in at third standing up. Dingler into second. The slide, the throw is off its mark, and Dingler is there safely. So the Bulldogs now in business with runners at second and third.
That ball was torched to left field, and the left fielder got to it, went to second base and kind of overhopped the man covering the bag, but it was backed up there quickly. So Reese not able to score that time. But Cedartown, as you mentioned, in business. And Xavier Holiday would be the batter. He struck out his last time, but reached on a dropped third strike. Of course, X bats left against the right-handed throwing pitcher, Williams.
Williams gets set, pitch on the way. That one's hit down the right side and foul. First baseman will go over and corral it. And we'll get a new baseball and go back to work.
No balls, 1 strike. We're in the bottom half of the third. Cedartown with a 2-0 lead, but trying to add to it here. And a single to the outfield might just double the lead.
Williams comes set, pitch on the way to X. And that catches the outside corner, strike 1. Or strike 2, I should say.
Kind of a late strike call
yeah,
there.
It was. So 0-2 now to count on Holiday. Still a long look in by Williams. And now the pitch on the way, and that one is hit right back up the middle past the pitcher. And 1 run will score. The throw over to first is in time to get Holiday, but he's able to score. Reese Tanner from third base, and Cole Dingler moves from second to third, and the Bulldogs have a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the third.
Good job there by X. He
just put the ball in play.
Put it in play, and the run is able to score. He hit it to the, anytime you have a runner at third base, if you hit it to the middle or to the right side of the infield, you're going to drive that runner in.
First pitch on the way to Tony Ware is taken in the dirt, but a good stop by the backstop for East Paulding. Prevents runner from moving up and scoring, so it's a ball and no strikes on Ware. What did Tony do his last time up?
Tony was a victim of a strikeout swinging, so he's 0 for 1. Ended the first inning.
Williams again a long look in. Now the pitch on the way to Tony. And that one's taken outside, ball 2. So 2-0 now the count on Ware. Bulldogs already pushed across 1 here in the third. They'd love to get Cole Dingler home from third. It'll be up to Tony Ware. Pitch on the way. And that was hit right back up the middle, and it's going to do the job. Dingler will come around to score, and Tony Ware stands at first, and the Bulldogs now have plated 2 here in the bottom of the third, and they have a 4-0 lead.
Scorched right back where it came from. Tony Ware gets his first hit of the weekend, and that was a well-struck ball right back up the middle. And Britt Baxter will be the batter.
East Paulding's catcher will go out to talk to Williams.
Baxter 0 for 1 with a fly out to right his last time up. Couple of runs in there, Sam.
Yeah, after last night, Andrew, we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. It's good to see the Bulldog bats performing well here this afternoon. They're definitely going to need them during the nightcap against Walton. Walton, we mentioned earlier as well, plated 9 runs in their win over North Forsyth.
Yes.
Williams checks the runner at first. Pitch on the way to Baxter's taken way upstairs, ball 1.
And Williams really struggling in this inning to get a strike, get into the strike zone, and when he does, the Dogs are smacking it.
Ware takes his lead over at first base. Williams will check him and throw over, and Ware's back safely. Williams again looks the runner at first. And the pitch on the way, and that one is taken low in the dirt, ball 2. And I feel like Williams is really starting to have difficulties finding the strike zone, Andrew, and he's missing by a lot wider margins than he was earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's up to 63 pitches, 39 strikes. A little more strikes than balls, but the count's starting to go up on him.
Checks the runner at first. Now pitch on the way, and that one is a chopper back to the mound. Williams will corral and throw on to first for out number 3, but not before the Bulldogs are able to plate 2 more. They'll take a 4-0 lead into the top of the 4th inning. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand-name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
We're back as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Cedartown leads 4-0. Two-spot for the Dogs in the bottom half of the third. The total for the Dogs so far, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, no runs, no hits, 1 error for East Paulding. And Rick Baxter, who's been phenomenal, will continue his work here on defense against the Raiders.
The 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for East Paulding. It'll be Thomason. Start things off. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Strike one.
You know, Baxter is kind of earning himself the role as the ace pitcher for Cedartown so far this year. In his two starts, he's been pretty good. There's a ball hit deep to center field, Sam.
Race Tanner backs up and makes the catch right at the warning track for a long out, number 1.
Just about ate my words right there.
Yeah.
But whenever you have Reese Tanner patrolling center field, it's tough to get one by.
Yeah, you're in good hands out there. It's going to bring up number 10, Peterson, the catcher for the Raiders squad. He's done a good job behind the plate this afternoon for East Paulding. He'll dig in here against Baxter. Look in by Baxter, and the pitch is on the way. Called strike one. Good pitch there by Britt, 76 miles an hour. Catching that outside corner. Baxter comes set, pitch on the way. That one missed low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cedartown 3-1 on the season, with wins against North Atlanta, Calhoun, and Darlington. Pitch on the way from Baxter, and that one is hit to the left side, and that's going to get down.
It's the first hit of the game for East Paulding. No hitter gone, but solidly hit there by the catcher, who his last time up was retired on a strikeout, but not this time. He'll have a 1-out single to left field.
So a runner at first and 1 out for East Paulding. That's going to bring up number 23, French, who takes strike 1. Brett looks in. Quickly checks the runner at first. And now pitch on the way, and that's hit to Cup. Cup will turn, and he's just going to go to first for out number 2. Good decision there, I think, by Dylan Cup. If he went to second, I don't think they get the out there, and then you're looking at a possible situation where you don't get an out at all. And instead, Dylan takes the wise decision to go to first base to retire the batter, and it's 2 outs for East Paulding.
And again, Dylan has that really second nature, knowing the fact that he's not going to have a chance, even if he gets that runner, the smart play is to go to first to get that sure out.
Pitch on the way from Baxter is hit over to the right side, long and foul. That was from number 14, Cole.
It lands in the bullpen over there.
What is
Cole has walked one time.
What's Britt's pitch count up to, Andrew?
He has 53 pitches, 31 strikes.
So Cole will get set. Britt will look in. We'll check the runner at second. And pitch on the way, and that's in there for a strike.
Nice high curve there.
Yes, it was.
From Britt Baxter.
Dropped it down to 62 on the radar gun. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second base, 2 outs.
The speed camera wouldn't get you for that at CMS, would it?
No, it would not.
I just opened up a can of worms on that one, didn't I?
Pitch on the way, runner goes, and it's outside. No throw down to third. Ball 1.
Fast runner out there. I certainly understand why you don't throw over there.
Again, another good decision just to put it in your pocket.
Why risk throwing it away when you're not going to get him at all?
That one is fouled back.
And as good as Baxter's pitching right now, I would just rely on the guy on the mound.
I would too.
Although we should have picked off a couple, but we have picked off a runner in this game already.
Baxter stands in. 1-2 the count. Pitch on the way from Britt. And that is to the right side. The right fielder is going to go over a long run and a diving catch for the out.
Oh, what a play by Tony
Ware in right field. Turned into Superman, and he laid one out, and that'll retire East Paulding. They pick up their first hit, but no runs. They leave a runner stranded at third. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. The Bulldogs lead 4-0 here on the Big AA.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
We head back to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and Cedartown with a 4-0 lead, and one of the best defensive plays we've seen this year in the outfield, a diving catch in right field by Tony Ware, who really has, it's always an incredible play to see, but it's a play that you kind of have come to see Tony Ware do, and the entire outfield is just jam-packed with talent out there. With, of course, you got Reese Tanner patrolling the center field, and then playing the corner there, Ware on the right side, able to make a great catch to save a run, and so far scoreless. 4-0 the score, 4-6-0. 0-1-1 for East Paulding, and the throw goes down to second base. Williams back out there, and he will face 9-1-2 for the Dogs. Ace Allen, Dylan Cupp, and Denver Nail. Sam and I got real excited on that.
Yeah, we did.
On that catch.
It almost made me forget for about half a second that I had a headache.
And then it really hit you again, didn't it?
And then it just came all flooding back.
Yeah.
Ace Allen stands in. Williams gets the sign. And a pitch on the way, and that one is taken on the outside corner for a called strike 1. But I'll tell you this, Andrew, a headache at the ballpark while broadcasting a game is better than a headache anywhere else.
Amen to that.
0-1 the count on Allen. Pitch on the way, and that one is drilled down the left side. Will it stay fair? No, it will go foul and off the top of the net there, guarding the left side bullpen.
Holy smokes, that had home run distance, but he pulled it just a bit too much. Wow.
Allen now stands in. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Pitch on the way to Allen, and that one is taken up and inside. A little sweet chin music backs him off of the plate for a ball 1.
I'll tell you what, Ace Allen, we talk about it a lot, but so impressed by his play so far in his first year with the varsity team, and he is going to be a star for years to come.
And he gets rung up on a called pitch on the outside corner for out number 1. That's going to bring up Dylan Cupp. Cupp drew a walk in his first at bat.
He also has a hit. Hit it to right field.
Yep. And that came in the 3rd inning. He would then he came around and scored in the 1st inning after that leadoff walk to start the game. But he comes to the plate now with nobody on and 1 out. Pitch on the way from Williams, and that is chopped down the left side and foul. And Cupp now back, ready to go. Steps in. Pitch on the way from Williams. That was taken a little bit low. Ball 1.
Very close. Great eye there from Dylan.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. And that one is hit to the left side, and that's going to get down. Again, Dylan Cupp. He's going to round first. He's on his way to second. The throw will be off its mark, and Dylan Cupp now with a double.
He can hit to all parts of the field. I mean, he hit it to right field his first time.
A solid single.
Just about split the gap, and he was thinking 2 right out of the batter's box, and he is there with 1 out as Denver Nell will come back to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout is Denver. And now we have time called as Peterson will head out there to talk to Williams.
Another golden opportunity here for the Bulldogs to add another run. Pad this lead a little bit. Of course, they have the 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. And it looks like now we're ready to go. So Dylan takes his lead at second. Denver now digs in at the plate. First pitch on the way to Nell. That's hit to the left side. It's to the shortstop. They're going to go to third, and they call him safe. I think, did he drop it? I couldn't tell.
I think he may have. I think when Dylan slid into him,
dislodged it.
It might have dislodged the ball, but Dylan also might have got a hand underneath the tag. It's hard to tell from this angle up here, but Dylan also, if you notice when he was running, he kind of shielded the ball from the shortstop. And the shortstop finally got to it and thought he might have had a play at third, and it was close. But runners are at the corners, and the fielder's choice doesn't go their way. Call it a hit, and Cedartown will have runners on first and third and a chance for Reese Tanner to increase the lead.
Catcher will come out and give some signs to instruct his infield. And Tanner will dig in with 1 out and 2 on. Williams will check the runner at first. Comes set, and the throw over to first. And Denver Nell is back safely. Eli Barrow swimming in the on-deck circle for the Bulldogs. And wouldn't you love to get that young man at the plate with the bases full of dogs?
Reese 0 for 2 with a run scored.
Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by Tanner, strike 1. Pitch clocking in at 72 miles an hour. Williams back on the rubber, checks the runner at first. And they'll throw back over to first, and Nail is again back safely. Reese steps back in. He's ready to go. Williams again will check the runner. And throw back over again, and he's back safely. How many times has he thrown over now, Andrew, in this game? He's got to be approaching 20.
I was about to say maybe half a dozen times, or 2 dozen times.
Williams will get set now. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled off to the left side. Will it reach the bullpen? Just short of it.
The Walton players are waiting for the start of their next game, which will be against Cedartown. When this one ends, we're in the bottom of the fourth. Our game running.
What, 45 minutes to an hour late?
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour behind. Because game 2 was supposed to start about, or game 2 today was supposed to start in about 10 minutes. But it's going to be probably closer to 6:30 before it starts.
Throw over. He faked it to first and then went to third, but runner was back safely.
Yeah, Dylan's seen that too many times to be fooled by that.
So Tanner stands in. 0-2 the count. Runner goes from second. Pitch on the way. It's inside. Ball. And Denver Nell stands at second base safely. No throw down. Pitcher got in the way of that one. Said, I'll put that in my pocket. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Reese Tanner.
Well, and they had no chance to get Nail.
Absolutely none.
It wasn't a good pitch to
throw down
on because it was a slow one in the dirt, and Nail had a great jump.
So Reese now with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch on the way from Williams, and that's hit to the right side, but foul. Reese battling here against Williams in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bulldogs threatening with Dylan Cupp at third base and Denver Nell now at second. Reese would love to pick up an RBI here. Put the ball in play and take your chances, young man. Pitch on the way from Williams, and that one is outside, ball 2. Two and 2 the count. Tanner stands in, ready to go. Pitch on the way, called, strike 3. That's out number 2, and that's going to bring up the Bulldog catcher, number 12, Eli Barrow.
Eli with a good day at the plate so far, 1 for 2 with an RBI. If you recall, he had that double
right down the third base side
back in the 1st inning.
First pitch on the way to Barrow. Looks at a called strike 1.
Williams is looking like he's found his magic again after getting 2 aboard here in the 4th inning.
Pitch on the way from Williams, and that one is in the dirt.
And a good take there by Eli.
Yep. That'll take the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Williams looks in. It's a sign from Peterson. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled straight back.
65-mile-an-hour slow curve. That was just fouled back. He just missed it, too. Just missed blasting it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled off to the right side. Will it get out of play? Yes, it will. So Eli stays alive here. Bulldogs with runners in scoring position. You'd love to push them across. Cedartown enjoying a 4-0 lead. They scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and here we are in the bottom of the fourth, threatening again. Pitch on the way. That one's taken upstairs. Ball 2.
This game has moved by really slow, and it's because of all the pickoff attempts that have happened in the bottom of all these innings.
2-2 pitch on the way from Williams, and that one is hit to center field, and it's going to get down, and 1 run will score. They're going to wave the second run. Will there be a play at the plate? No. Both runners are in, and it's 6-0, and Eli Barrow picks up 2 more RBIs here in the bottom of the fourth.
He's got 3 of them on the day in his second base hit. A single, and at that time, of course, the double back in the first inning in Cedartown. The bats are alive and well.
So Eli will stand over at first base, and it will bring up the first baseman for the Bulldogs, number 8, Cole Dingler. Some excitement happening at another field beside us, it sounds like. Williams checks the runner at first on field number 11 here at Lake Point. Pitch on the way, and that one is inside, ball 1. Williams again will check the runner. Long look in now, pitch on the way, and that one's taken outside, ball 2. Looks like Jack Roper has been called on again to be the pinch runner for Eli, who stands at first base. Roper gets a lot of use as a pinch runner for this Bulldog squad, and he has over the past couple of years for Cedartown. A good weapon that Coach Johnson utilizes quite frequently.
He can also pitch if needed. He's not one of the regular arms that you have, but he is available to throw, and he can throw well.
2-0 the count on Dingler. Pitch on the way, and that one just misses on the outside for ball 3. Xavier Holiday waiting in the wings. Bulldogs already pushed across 2 runs here in the fourth, extending the lead out to 6-0 over this East Paulding squad. Williams gets set. And pitch on the way, and that one is taken for a called strike 1.
Very nasty pitch there. It had a lot of break on it. It was right down the middle, and I think it was definitely a take all the way anyway.
Oh, absolutely. 3-0, yep. You're right.
But it certainly wasn't a good pitch to hit.
Williams checks the runner at first. And now the pitch on the way, and that one is outside, ball 4. So Dingler draws a 2-out walk, and that'll put him at first base, and Jack Roper will move up to second base, and Xavier Holiday will come to the plate looking to add more on this 2-run fourth inning for the Bulldogs already. The coach out from the dugout for East Paulding. Will it be a pitching change? I believe it will, as number 5 for East Paulding is following the coach out to the mound. And that's going to do it for Williams. So his day will come to a close after giving up 6 runs on 7 hits. Andrew, let's take a break, and we'll be back to talk about Williams' day, wrap it up a little bit more, and look at the new pitcher for East Paulding. The Bulldogs are up 6-0. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors here on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network, AM 1340 and 106.1 FM WGAA, the Big AA.
60-second break.
Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs. Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back. Cedartown leads 6-0. The new pitcher is Edwards. He's completing his warm-up tosses after their starting pitcher, Williams, goes 3 2/3 innings. 6 runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, only four earned runs, 2 of them unearned, and 6 strikeouts.
So Edwards will come on and face Xavier Holiday. There are 2 outs in the inning. Jack Roper stands at second base. Cole Dingler for the Bulldogs stands at first base. Bulldogs pushed across 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, and now 2 runs here in the fourth so far. East Paulding, a team out of 6A, as Edwards' first pitch is just outside. Ball 1. Bulldogs facing some much bigger schools here this weekend. North Forsyth was what? 6A?
Yeah,
5A,
6A as well.
First, that pitch to Holiday is in there for a called strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike now on X. Walton will be the next team that Cedartown will face, and they are a 7A school. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the right side, and the right fielder looks under it, and he's got it for out number 3. But the Bulldogs are able to push across 2. It's 6-0. We'll go to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Cedartown High School baseball here on the Big AA.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Well, welcome back as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. 6-0 Cedartown leads over the East Paulding Raiders. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the East Paulding Raiders.
Britt Baxter still out on the mound for the Bulldogs, Andrew. He has been extremely efficient so far for Cedartown.
Not a ton of strikeouts, but he's really kind of forced more ground balls and fly balls than anything. He's walked 1 batter.
And he hit a batter, I believe, as well, correct?
I believe you're right.
So Baxter will get set. Start of the top of the 5th. First pitch on the way, and that is hit to the left side. Ace Allen will drift over to his left and then back and make the grab for out number 1. One pitch, one out. That was number 30.
Shiver.
5.
Shiver was 0 for 1 when he came up. And now he's 0 for 2.
So this will bring up number 5, Edwards, the new pitcher for Southeast.
His first at-bat, of course.
Stands in against Baxter. 5-on-5. First pitch on the way, and that one is fouled over to the right side and back on the other field. Strike 1. Oh and 1 the count. Baxter comes set, pitch on the way. A little high. Ball 1. Baxter back on the mound, ready to go. 1-1 pitch on the way. Strike 2. Baxter ran that one 75 in on Edwards. And he's ahead 1 ball, 2 strikes. The look in. Pitch on the way. A chopper back up the middle. Cup charges, fires to first in time. Out number 2. Heck of a play there by Dylan Cup coming in, charging from his position at the shortstop and firing over to first base for the out. Yep.
Vintage Dylan Cup right there. Just makes it look so easy when it's definitely not. So Edwards now 0 for 1 after that ground out. And now Pace is the batter. He's yet to have an official at bat.
Pitch on the way from Baxter is hit down the right side. Bulldogs giving chase, and it is in foul territory. And Tony Ware almost there again to make a heck of a grab.
He hit that chain link
yes,
really hard. I mean, really hard.
Coaching staff on the way out there to check on him.
He went head first into that chain link. Looks like he's okay, though.
Yeah, a little slow to get up, but he's good.
He hit the middle of it. I mean, if there's a pole nearby, he's really going to be hurting. But, I mean, he'll be sore in the morning, no doubt. But, boy, he went a long way for that in full speed into the chain link. The count is 0-1.
So Ware will retake his position, put his hat back on. And Pace will dig back in, and we'll get ready to go back to work here in the top of the 5th. There will be about a, Andrew, 30-minute break in between the conclusion of this game and the Bulldogs' next game with Walton.
I hope it's a short 30 minutes.
I hope it's a short 30 minutes. Like kind of like some of those 60-second timeouts in basketball this year that really were 45-second timeouts. Pitch on the way from Baxter. That one just missed ball 1. Well, I will say this. I hope it's long enough so that I can go downstairs and get an order of French fries. But other than that, I'm with you. Swing and a miss, strike 2 by Pace. Britt looking to get out of this inning in a hurry. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. 1-2 pitch on the way from Baxter, and that one is fouled back. So Pace hanging in there. Britt gets set. And pitch on the way, and that one is hit down the right side, but foul. Pace back ready to go. And Britt gets set. Pitch on the way, and that one is foul back again. So Pace hanging in there. Britt really slowed that pitch down, clocking in right at 65. Does he come back with the fastball after that one? We'll wait and see. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one is hit up the middle over to the right side, and that will reach the right fielder, and Pace is aboard.
No, he didn't throw a fastball. He went even slower with the curve, 62. Probably the slowest pitch he's thrown today, and he was able to.
Yeah, Pace. I think he was ready for it.
Yeah, he threw his bat at it and kind of served it to the right side.
So Pace will stand at first. That's only the second hit for East Paulding, and it comes with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. So that's going to bring up number 4, Faulkner, for the Raiders. Looks like they're making some type of adjustment. He said 4 for 24. So number 4 is Clark. So Clark batting in the place of Faulkner here. And Baxter fires one in there, and it's fouled back, strike 1. First bat of the night for Clark. 0-1 the count. Baxter checks the runner at first. Pitch on the way, that's hit to the left side. That's going to get down, but Tanner is there to cut it off, and it's a long single. And East Paulding now with runners at first and second with 2 outs.
It's really the first time that Britt has allowed a couple of base runners, a couple of hits in the inning. They've been few and far between, only their 3rd hit.
We'll go back to the top of the order for East Paulding. It's number 2, Rodriguez. He'll come to the plate with 2 on and 2 out. Cedartown enjoying a 6-0 lead. But East Paulding threatening here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Pitch on the way from Baxter in there for a called strike 1. Good looking pitch there at 64. Baxter comes back set. Looks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. Pull. That one just missed. And Coach Johnson is out of the dugout. Or no.
It's Coach Evans.
Coach Evans, excuse me. He's going to come in and talk to Britt. You could tell Eli really wanted that last call. He waited. But he doesn't get it. And the count's 1 ball, 1 strike. Baxter so far has been extremely efficient for the Bulldogs, but running into just a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 5th after retiring the first 2 batters pretty quickly. Giving up back-to-back singles. The meeting on the mound is over.
I'm sure Coach Evans out there just to kind of give him a moment to kind of reflect mentally and to maybe get some of that Britt Baxter magic back. Not a very long meeting.
Rodriguez digs back in, and Britt's ready to go back to work. Pitch on the way from Baxter. Fouled off right at the plate, popped up and hit Rodriguez in the face, but he looks good to go. Strike 2. Looks like the Yankees are in town. Look over to your right, Andrew.
I'll say.
That one is hit to the right side. Tony Ware is there. He'll drift over to his left, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. East Paulding threatens, but Britt Baxter shuts him down. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. The Bulldogs lead 6-0 here at Lake Point. You're listening to Cedartown Bulldog Baseball here on the Big Double A.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for that dream home, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help you find the home you've been looking for. The Hometown Realty team has a reputation for matching people with properties, knowledge of the market, and love of the areas where they work and live. Whether residential, commercial, or land real estate, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help make it happen. Call Rick today at Hometown Realty at 770-505-7766 or directly at 770-547-3139. Find your next home on the web at rickbaxter.net. The winning team at Hometown Realty says, go Dogs.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
And we welcome you back to Cedartown Bulldogs baseball. Bottom half of the fifth inning, and it's still a 6-0 lead. Brett Baxter pitching around a couple of base runners. And Tony Ware, who made that incredible diving catch and also on a separate play ran head first into a chain link fence, he's fine. He's out there to lead things off. It'll be Tony Ware, Brett Baxter, and Ace Allen.
Ware stands in. First pitch on the way from Edwards. Ball one. Ware ready to go. Long look in by Edwards. Pitch on the way, and that one's in there for a called strike one. Watch out.
Yep. Well, almost just for a split second.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Ware.
In case you wanted to see what it was like inside.
That's right, yeah.
It's okay. Others are like, nope, it's not.
1-2 count. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled off. Ware staying alive against Edwards here. Edwards came on in relief of Williams, who went 3 2/3. And he's ahead 1-2 on Tony Ware. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss for strike 3. So Ware is down on strikes to record the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up number 5 for the Bulldogs.
Britt Baxter 0 for 2. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
Britt Baxter. Ball one to Britt. Pitch on the way from Edwards, and that one is way outside. Good stop there by the backstop for East Paulding. Ball 2. Edwards comes set. Pitch on the way. That one's outside. Ball 3. Three and 0 the count on Baxter. Nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Britt shows bunt and takes strike 1. Number 1 in the on-deck circle for the Bulldogs. That'll be
Chance White.
Chance White, yep. He'll get his first at bat here this afternoon. Pitch on the way from Edwards is upstairs. Ball 4. So Baxter with a 1-out walk will bring up number 1, Chance White.
First time that Britt has reached. And right now he's running for himself.
Pitch on the way to White, and he hits that first pitch out to right center, and that one is going to drop in there for a base hit. He saw one pitch and delivered on it.
Yeah, put it in the right spot there.
So Baxter will be at second, Chance White will be at first, and we'll go back to the top of the order. For the Bulldogs, it'll bring up number 3, Dylan Cupp.
Dylan's had a great day at the plate. 2 for 2, a walk mixed in with that. 2 runs scored. And a chance for a Ribby to add to the score sheet.
Not a Mick Ribby, just a Ribby. Pitch on the way. Called strike 1. Can you believe that it's the bottom of the 5th and that's the first semi-joke that I've made all day?
Yeah.
I mean, how did we do that?
We're only halfway home, too.
We are.
One more game to go.
That one's in the dirt. Good stop there by the Raider backstop. It'll keep everybody in place. And leaving up to count 1 ball, 1 strike. Cup settles in. Edwards will check the runner at second. Pitch on the way is upstairs. Ball 2. Two and 1 the count. Edwards comes set, pitch on the way. And that one is drilled to straightaway center. He just got underneath it. The center fielder will make the catch. The runner will tag from second, and he is going to be in at third safely. No throw to third there. And Britt Baxter advances on the out by Dylan Cupp, and we've got runners on the corner with Denver Nell at the plate.
You know, Sam, even though Dylan is out number 2, it's a productive out because it moves the runner from second to third. He hit it deep enough to move him over. Here's Reese Tanner. Reese is 1 for 3.
Denver.
Check that Denver. Denver is 0 for 2 with a run scored and a walk, and a strikeout. Time called as catcher Peterson heads to the mound to talk to Edwards.
I like this a lot better than my pick. I would have made a mess of things by now, especially with it being the first game of the season for me.
It is easier.
Much easier. Denver digs in, ready to go. Edwards will check the runner over at first in Chance White. And first pitch on the way, and that's hit to the left side, but right at the third baseman for out number 3. He didn't have to move at all. The Bulldogs strand 2 will go to the top of the 6th. Cedartown leads East Paulding 6-0. We'll be right back here on the Big Double A.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown, across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Come to see you. Welcome back, Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big Double A, 1340 and 106.1 FM, Facebook Live, YouTube, and the NFHS Network. And Cedartown with a 6-0 lead.
Pitching change for the Bulldogs, Andrew.
We'll see who's out there. Looks to be, sorry, we had to cut that out. Someone was talking right in front of the mic. That looks to be Connor Peak, number 20.
That sounds good to me. So that'll bring Britt Baxter's night to a close. He goes 5 innings. Andrew can give you the full stats.
5 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts.
Excellent outing for Britt Baxter.
And again, I mean, he's done that all season long. Of course, the short season, we got to see him, of course, in the scrimmage, and of course his start against Calhoun earlier in the season. So Peak completing his warm-up tosses. Thomason will be the batter, 0 for 2 on the day. Thomason, Peterson, and French, 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup, and Patterson, 1 for 2, French, 0 for 2.
Looks like they're going to give Peak at least 1 more pitch, if not maybe 2.
Defensively speaking, Chance White's in left field, Reese Tanner in center, Tony Ware in right, Xavier Holiday at third, Dylan Cupp at short, Denver Nell second, Cole Dingler at first, Eli Barra behind the plate. So, of course, Ace Allen was relieved by a pinch hitter.
Yep, in Chance White.
And Chance White, in his first at bat, of course, had that single. And here we go.
Peak's ready to go to work, Andrew.
Top half of the 6th.
First pitch on the way from Peak is taken just upstairs, ball 1. Thomason, the third baseman for the Raiders. Pitch on the way from Peak, and that one is skied high, and Denver Nell will take a couple of steps in and over to his left and make the grab for out number 1.
Piece of cake.
That'll bring up Peterson, the catcher, for East Paulding. He'll come to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out.
1 for 2 with a strikeout is Peterson.
Peak comes set. Pitch on the way. Called strike 1.
79-mile-per-hour fastball there.
Good looking pitch there from that young man. And pitch on the way from Peak. Took a little bit off of that one, dropped it down to 66, but he gets a called strike again.
A little bit.
And it's 0-2.
Man, he
goes from upper 70s, almost 80, all the way down to 66. It just froze Peterson. He didn't know what to do with it. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way, and that one's in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Peak on in relief of Britt Baxter. Peak comes set. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit up the middle and just out of the reach of the diving Dylan Cupp. So Peak gives up a hit.
Just hard enough to get past Dylan. I mean, Dylan dove for it. He had a chance to get to it, but it was just a little bit too hard hit for him to be able to get leather on the ball.
I'll bring up the center fielder for East Paulding, French. He'll come to the plate with a runner at first and 1 out.
Peterson's second hit on the day.
You know, we haven't turned a double play yet, Andrew.
We haven't.
This would be
wonderful.
I mean, a nice 6-4-3.
Well, you got catcher speed at first base.
Yep. It's possible.
It's definitely possible.
Peak comes set. Pitch on the way, and it's upstairs. Time was called. Huh. Okay.
No pitch.
Oh, nope. Did they call a balk?
They may have.
The runner goes down to second. That had to, yeah.
Looks to be it because the runner is standing at second base.
Well, there goes your 6-4-3. but that's all right. Peak will dig in here. And pitch on the way. And that one is hit back up the middle, and that's going to get through the infield. And the runner is going to round third, and East Paulding will put up their first run of the afternoon, and it's 6-1. RBI single by French puts the Raiders on the board.
Yeah, they cash in the base runner and the balk, easily scoring the runner. That one was not hit very hard. It landed in shallow right field. The only one who had a chance to get to it really was Tony Ware, and he comes in front. They were playing him pretty deep in center field.
That'll bring up the right fielder for East Paulding, and he hits that one to right center field, and our right fielder will charge in Tony Ware, and he gets that one for out number 2.
Popped a mile in the air. It's just about a no man's land, but Tony Ware did a good job to come from right field to make the catch. He ran as hard as he could, and there to make the catch. So Cole is now 0 for 2. Now Shiver, who comes to the plate with an 0-2 mark on the afternoon.
First pitch on the way from Peak, and that one is low, ball 1. Peak really showing some range in his delivery speed. That one clocked in at 63. Pitch on the way, and that one is upstairs. That clocks in at 75, so really stretching things out. But both of those have missed the strike zone. And the count's 2-0. And we're going to have a mound visit.
Evans out there again. He'll talk with Connor and Eli. Denver and Dillon out there kind of exchanging pleasantries.
Studying something with second base.
2-0 the count with 2 outs. Top of the 6th. East Paulding scoring their first run of the game, the RBI single. See if Evans can calm the young Peak down here.
Shiver will step back in. Ready to go to work. So is Peak. Checks the runner at first. Pitch on the way, and that one misses outside. 3-0. You would think Shiver would be taking here with a 3-0 count. Peak needs to pick up a strike. Pitch on the way. And that one misses, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Shiver will put a runner at first and second, and it's going to bring up number 5, Edwards, for East Paulding.
Did not miss by much. Pretty close pitch, but didn't get the call.
2 on, 2 out. The Raiders have already pushed across 1.
We're still in the first game of today's doubleheader. Second game will begin probably 30 minutes after this one's over. We're in the top of the 6th of a 7-inning game right now.
Pitch on the way, and that's in there, strike 1. Good pitch by Peak to bounce back. After throwing 4 straight balls, he gets one to find the strike zone. 0-1 the count. Checks the runner at second. Now pitch on the way from Peak, and that one is fouled back. 0-2 the count now.
Peak would love to get out of this right here without allowing another run.
Checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt. Good stop by Barrow behind the plate for the Bulldogs, and it's 1-2 now on Edwards, the opposing relief pitcher for the Raiders. Peak looks in, gets the sign. Checks the runner at second. Comes set, pitch on the way. Runner goes, throw down to third, and it is not in time, and both runners advance. So East Paulding now with the runner at second and third, and the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out.
A little bit of a high throw there from Eli. Able to pull that down over at third base was Xavier Holiday, but unfortunately, a good jump by the runner for the Cedartown Bulldogs, and they've got runners at second and third, and with a head start with 2 outs.
Pete comes set. Pitch on the way. That one is popped up. Denver Nail grabs it for out number 3. Peak ran into a little bit of trouble, but he shuts him down. East Paulding strands 2, but they score 1. 6-1 is your score. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Bulldog Baseball here on the Cedartown Bulldog Network, the Big AA.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Livewire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back, Cedartown Bulldogs Baseball on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network. He's Sam Branch, I'm Andrew Carter, and Cedartown leads at 6-1. Edwards pitching in his second inning of relief. He's pitched an inning and a third. He's walked 1 and struck out 1 and has allowed 1 hit. And he will face the top of the Cedartown lineup, starting with Reese Tanner. Actually, the middle, if you count Reese Tanner being the third batter, cleanup man Eli Barrow, and then Cole Dingler.
Reese stands in, and we're ready to go. First pitch on the way from Edwards is outside. Ball 1.
Walton is standing in the over on the side waiting. They've been waiting for about 30 to 45 minutes for this game to end. They play us next.
That's in there for called strike 1 against Reese.
Waiting in the wings.
Waiting in the wings, absolutely. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Pitch on the way to Tanner. That one's inside, ball 2. That one actually got away from the catcher. New baseball, and we're ready to go. Tanner stands in. And pitch on the way from Edwards. And that one was off speed, 59. My goodness. Catches the outside corner, called strike 2. Count even up now, 2-2 on Tanner. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 6th, Bulldogs with a 6-1 lead here against East Paulding. Pitch on the way in, that's chopped to the left side. The shortstop will charge in. Throw on to first, not in time. Tanner beats it out. And the Bulldogs are in business for the runner at first.
Sam, 2 things there. High bouncer to the shortstop. It took a hop and went away from the shortstop.
It did, yep.
So he wasn't able to get it right in the middle of his body. So he had to stretch his glove down, and with that extra split second, Reese Tanner full out down the line with his speed. Easily in there with an infield hit.
Now to bring up number 12 for the Bulldogs, the cleanup man, Eli Barrow. Big bat Barrow. He'll come to the plate with 1 on and nobody out. Eli, of course, go ahead. I think you were going to tell us what he's done so far, Andrew.
I was going to say Eli is 2 for 3. 3 runs batted in for the senior.
You know, I'm not a big fan of odd numbers, so I think we need to just go ahead and make it 4.
By the way, Hensley out there to run for Reese Tanner at first. Perhaps Reese will be starting game 2 of this doubleheader today, and they're resting him up for that.
Edwards will check Hensley over at first. And now pitch on the way to Barrow, and that one is hit down the left side, but foul. Eli has already hit one down the third base line earlier in the game, and that was his first RBI. He comes set now, count 0-1. They'll check the runner, and now pitch on the way. That one is off speed, and that's in there for a called strike 2. Once again, 59 on the gun. Edwards really mixing in those off-speed pitches. And so far, they have worked against this Bulldog lineup. Pitch on the way, and that one is way outside. Good stop there by Peterson behind the plate for Reese Paulding, and it's a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now on Barrow. Edwards checks the runner, and they're going to call time. Barrow asked for it. It was granted, and now we're ready to go. Pitch on the way. That one is up and in. Clocking in at 68. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch on the way, and that one is outside, and it's full count. A misty, foggy night here in Emerson, Georgia.
It's been misty and foggy all day since we got here about 1:45, 2 o'clock. No sun whatsoever.
Payoff pitch on the way from Barrow, and that one is outside, ball 4. He tried to go back outside with that off-speed pitch, Andrew, but he just missed. And Barrow draws the walk, and now the Bulldogs have runners at first and second with nobody out.
So if the Dogs put up 5 runs in this inning, we can call it a day.
I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Cole Dingler is probably okay with that as well, and he'll try to dig into that a little bit as he will come to the plate with nobody out and 2 on. Edwards will check the runner at second. Now pitch on the way, and that one is outside, ball 1. Edwards gets set. Pitch on the way, and that one almost hit Cole.
And Cole turned his back to it, bracing for impact. Yep. It never did make contact, though.
Takes the count to 2-0. Pinch runner in Jack Roper at first base. And that pitch is in there for called strike 1. So you've got a pinch runner in Hensley at second and a pinch runner in Roper at first.
Both very fast runners.
Yep, and Cole Dingler at the plate. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way from Edwards. And swing and a miss by Dingler. Went after that off-speed pitch and just missed it. And count will be even now. Edwards gets set. Pitch on the way, and that misses outside, and it's another full count.
Cedartown has a pinch hitter on deck, number 17. We'll tell you who it is here in just a moment.
Another payoff pitch on the way from Edwards. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Dingler. He got him on that outside corner off-speed pitch, and Dingler is retired for the first out. And that'll bring up number 17 for the Bulldogs, Cochran. He'll go to the plate with runners at first and second and one out. He's going to talk with the coach, just make sure everybody's on the same page. Peterson will jog out and speak to Edwards for a moment. The meeting of the great minds is over, and now we're ready to play baseball.
By the way, East Paulding is 5-4 on their season. Walton 4-2, which will face for the nightcap.
Umpire finishing adjusting his lineup there, and we're ready to go. And throw back to second, and the runner is back safely, and that one almost wound up in center field, Andrew. Not a good throw at all by Edwards.
Cole Cochran is the pinch hitter.
Pitch on the way to Cochran. In there called strike one. Again, that 59-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch catching the outside corner. Edwards has hit there, but he's also missed quite a bit. He gets the call this time, and it's 0-1 on Cochran. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled straight back. 0-2. Edwards looks into Peterson, gets the sign, checks the runner at second base, pitch on the way, and that one is in the dirt. Good stop there by Peterson. Holds everybody in place. And the count's now 1-2. Pitch on the way from Edwards, and that one hits Cochran right in the middle of the numbers. And the bases are full of Bulldogs. That's going to bring up number 7, Brody Blackman. Another pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. And Blackman, and he comes to the plate with the bases loaded and one out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change as well, Andrew.
It does. Looks like possibly the third baseman will take over. We'll check on it when we come back in a moment. Bases loaded, and a big chance for the young Brody Blackman to bust this game wide open with one out here in the bottom half of the 6th. Cedartown Bulldogs baseball in the Big AA back after a 60-second timeout.
Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com. Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back. New pitcher is the third baseman for the East Paulding Raiders. Thomason will take over, and Cobb will be the new third baseman. He's over there at third now. He's completing his warm-up tosses, is Thomason. This is the third pitcher so far for the Raiders. So Edwards goes an inning and 2/3, gives up 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, but all 3 men aboard are his responsibility. So if Blackman is able to drive home any of these runs, the runs will go to Edwards, who is now resting on the bench. This is either Blackman's first or second appearance at the plate. I think he might have had an appearance at the plate in the Darlington game, if I remember. But a good chance here for the young Brody Blackman to make a good impression with the bases loaded and one out.
Absolutely.
Get your first RBI.
So Blackman will stand in. Thomason looks in, and I believe he's ready to go. And pitch on the way from Thomason is inside, but it catches the inner corner of the plate.
Wow.
Strike one.
Brody also standing a bit in close to the plate.
That second pitch is in there called strike two.
Big
0-2.
Big nasty breaking ball started in and then came across the plate.
0-2 the count on Blackman. Pitch on the way from Thomason. And that one is hit right back up the middle to Thomason. They'll come home for the out and now on to first for the double play. And East Paulding will get out of the inning without any damage. The Bulldogs leave them loaded.
That's the one place you don't want to hit it with the bases loaded.
That's it. So we'll go to the top of the seventh, Andrew. 6-1 the score. Bulldogs looking to wrap this thing up. We'll be back here on the Big AA after a word from our sponsors.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course. Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Y'all, it's foggy. It's been kind of a foggy mist out there the entire second half of this game. We're at the top of the seventh inning. Cedartown leads 6-1, and Connor Peaks out there to try to close this game out. He is the Bulldogs' second pitcher of the day, and he has done well. He came in to relieve Brett Baxter, who is in line for the win. Peak so far an inning. 1 run allowed, one walk, no strikeouts, 2 hits. So hoping for a quick inning here to send us to the break because Sam needs a burger.
Cheeseburger in paradise for Emerson.
In the fog.
In the fog of Lake Point.
Yes.
The burgers are calling my name. Lettuce and tomato. Heinz 57 and French fried potatoes.
Got to be careful. That copyright infringement.
Yeah. It's good stuff, though. Good stuff.
Pace will lead it off. He's 1 for 1. Top of the seventh inning. Cedartown looking to get the win and advance on to take on the Walton Raiders.
Walton.
The red, white, and blue Walton Raiders.
That's him. Pete gets set. We're ready to go, Andrew. Top of the seventh. First pitch on the way, and that one is fouled back, strike one.
Cedartown will have several doubleheaders throughout the season in region play.
Pitch on the way, and that one misses. Ball one. I believe the first doubleheader in region play will be against Central. In Central.
Thankfully, that's the closest region game we have.
1-1 to count. Pitch on the way from Peak. Swing and a miss. Strike two. We'll play Heritage in a doubleheader at home later in the season.
Heritage
and Northwest.
Heritage and Northwest probably going to be the two top teams in this region. Of course, Central always puts up a good fight. Top teams to face for us. Cedartown is a favorite. That pitch is high, ball 2, a favorite to three-peat again. But you still have to play the games. You certainly don't want to count your eggs before they hatch. Cedartown has won their last 2 years in region play in this same region, with the exception of Ridgeland going away and Pickens going away. Strike 3 called.
I'll take it. I will take it. So out number 1 comes courtesy of a called strike 3.
It's Peak's first strikeout he's thrown. Pace takes a seat, now 1 for 2.
It's going to bring up number 4.
Should be Faulkner.
Clark.
Must be a pinch hitter.
He came in on, he pinch hit for Faulkner their last time around.
And Clark is 1 for 1. He does have a base hit. But he fouls the first one away.
That in an 0-1 hole right now, with the bases empty and 1 out. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 2. Oh-2 the count on Clark. Peak comes set. Pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball 1. Climb the ladder with that 79-mile-an-hour pitch.
We'll probably be an hour and a half late for the start of game 2 of today's game. Third game of our games here at Lake Point starting yesterday. Game 2 today was supposed to be a 5:30 start. It's already 6:27, and there's at least a 30-minute break between games. And it's raining.
It is. It is raining. Pitch on the way, fouled back. Clark staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Clark backs off for a moment. Now he's back on the rubber, ready to go. 1-2 pitch on the way. And that one is low. Ball 2. Just a little bit of a shower right on top of us, but it shouldn't last very long.
No, not long at all.
2-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3. Clark back to back, or not Clark, excuse me. Peak. Clark was the batter. Peak with back to back strikeouts. And Southeast down to their final out.
East. Just east.
East.
Yes.
Just east.
You're thinking of region teams we're playing. Southeast Whitfield, of course.
Just east.
Is one of them we will play. Chris McKelvey is enjoying a nice evening at home, I see.
Yes, he is.
Called strike 1. The batter is the top of the order, Rodriguez, the shortstop, unless they have pinch hit for him, and they have not. He is 0 for 3.
Peak comes set, pitch on the way. That one is hit up the middle.
That's tough.
Charging by Dylan Cupp. Throw on to first base is in time, and he is out. That's number 3. And the Bulldogs pick up a win here in Game 2 of the weekend series by a final score of 6-1 over the East Paulding Raiders. We'll take a 60-second break. We'll come back. We'll talk about this game and look ahead to Walton. You're listening to Cedartown High School Baseball here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA. Back after this.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
So not much of a talk between games. Cedartown wants to get on the field as quickly as they can, so they head off the field and get ready for Game 2 of the Twin Bill today. But Cedartown wins 6-1 over the East Paulding Raiders. The box score goes like this. Cedartown with 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Good defensive game for the Cedartown Bulldogs. For East Paulding, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for them. And down the lineup, Dylan Cupp went 2 for 3 today with 2 runs scored. He walked 1 time. Denver Nail 0 for 3, but he did score a run. He reached. He also had a strikeout. Reese Tanner goes 1 for 4 with a run scored. Eli Barrow 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. And on down the list, Cole Dingler 2 for 3 with a run batted in, a walk, and a run scored. And then Tony Ware 1 for 3 with an RBI for him. And that is your totals. Chance White also coming off the bench with a base hit. He went 1 for 1 on the afternoon. So Sam, all around a good bounce back game for the Cedartown Bulldogs. They take down the East Paulding Raiders 6-1.
Yeah, absolutely. Good game here. Good way to bounce back. Britt Baxter, of course, was excellent on the mound for the Bulldogs. Went 5 innings. And in relief was Pete that came in and just took care of business and shut things down. Went in order there in the 7th. So we will go to Game 3 of the weekend, Game 2 for today. Of course, as you said, Andrew, against Walton. But the Bulldogs pick up the win here. 6-1 from Lake Point.
And for those watching on video, we'll start a new video for the second game of the doubleheader. For those on radio, stay tuned. We've got some music for you as we head to the final game of the weekend. Cedartown and Walton will be playing each other, and we hope you'll join us for that. He's Sam Branch. I'm Andrew Carter. When the Dogs play, you'll hear them on the Big Double A. We'll be back in about 30 minutes for the start of Game 2 of the Twin Bill here on the Big Double A.